Hi guys, my name is Naiema and I'm a counseling psychologist at iCall, Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Today I'll be talking about three very budding mental health issues that we want as a community of psychologists to spread a message out there. First being destigmatizing of mental health. We often come across people saying, oh, she's crazy, yeah, that guy is a maniac, that person is nuts. All of these phrases are used by people on regular basis to describe people they perceive as having mental health issues. They perceive people with mental health issues as being very different from them or the normal people as they call themselves and others. All of these phrases tend to be very negative. Why? Because our society has a major stigma around mental health and mental illnesses. By destigmatizing mental health and improving our mental health care system overall, we can help individuals in need without labeling them. Often individuals who seek help for their psychological problems are labeled as being less competent than their peers, and their competency has always been very doubtful when it comes to their social surroundings or their workplace. Talking about it and normalizing it like physical illnesses can be a step for us, our little contribution to normalize and destigmatize mental health of people. What other little things we can do from our end is educating ourselves and our families, people near us, that mental illnesses are pretty similar to physical illnesses. It's just that the mind and the body function a little differently. Encouraging our family and friends who need psychological assistance in the time of crisis or when they're suffering from a situation where they think that their coping mechanisms are exhausted, and not shaming people and showing compassion towards people and treating them equally as much as you would treat someone suffering from a heart problem or any other physical illness, as we may call it. Coming to our second topic here, second being normalizing and placing importance to mental health in primary institutes like school, because most of the time, more than home, children spend time at their school. Good mental health of the child is very critical to the success of the child, not only in school but also later on in life. And also research has shown that children who receive social, emotional and mental support do much better, not only academically but a lot better in life. Early detection of maladaptive behaviors can help in interventions earlier and improve the functioning of the child and capitulate on the resilience of the child, existing coping strategies of the child, and improving their ability to succeed later on in life. Children have been encouraged for their physical education, PT, like physical training in schools that help them maintain their stamina and their physical well-being. So likewise, stress resolving techniques and interventions should be made a part of their daily curriculum. Basic homeworks like writing a letter to yourself, writing a letter to your parent, and making yourself available in the current situation, introspecting on their thoughts. These are little things that we can do to encourage our children to develop better mental health later in life. And it's always said that the lesser number of damaged children will lead into a higher number of functioning adults. So if you look at a society where we want a higher number of functioning adults, we need to start from the crux, that is their school education, and encourage children to seek mental health support in school itself along with their education. And the third being recognizing faulty communication in a dysfunctional family. Our family of origin has a very significant impact on how we see ourselves and how we see others and how we interpret the world around us. Ideally, children growing up in a family environment environment that supports them in a feeling worthwhile and valuable, they learn that their feelings are important, their needs and their emotions are important. Children who grow up in supportive environments are more likely to form healthy and open relationships later on in life. But what about those who do not grow up in a supportive family? What about those who grow up in abusive or neglecting, dismissive families? The root here would be recognizing the faulty communication within the family and trying to fix that dysfunctional pattern. One way of recognizing is through having an idea about the communication style amongst the family members, about how poor or strong the communication amongst the family members is, if the family lacks empathy for each other, or if the standard of parenting is being very ideally perfect in everything or in every other aspect. Now, coming to ways to mend that faulty communication. The first being decompressing the situation. Now, what do I mean by decompressing the situation? It means that returning back to the normal state after a family conflict. Every family has their own ways of patching up, like having a meal together, going for a drive, going for an ice cream, or any other thing. Everyone knows what works for their family. Second being staying safe. If there is any physically abusive member in the family, then seeking help from an NGO or a proper developed organization would be a viable option. Third being, in case the trauma keeps intensifying, seeking professional help. And my aim for today. Thank you so much, everyone, and all the very best to everyone watching this video. Just always remember that a child is like a seed. If you plant it in a fertile land, it will grow into a very beautiful and fruitful tree.